Hi, I don't make YouTube videos anymore. I very clearly fell out of that gig a long time ago. But I feel like there's a really important issue that needs to be talked about more than it already has been, and that issue is surrounding family vlogging channels. I do think that there was a point in time where they were made for the sole purpose of that home video type of sentiment, where the only purpose that they were even recording was to just have something to look back on in the future. And that I get and that I support, and I do like that, and it's probably something I would do if I had a family and I was mom. But I feel like at this point, the vast majority of channels on YouTube are anything but. I think they are all involving at least some extent of child exploitation. I will go as far as to say sometimes I wonder if these women are popping out babies for the profit that they know it'll make. I, at this point, believe that a person can be that shallow after seeing what I have seen on this website. I guess a really good example that's pretty relevant and fresh would be the channel Jordan Cheyenne. I don't know if that's like the mom's name or what. I'm gonna call her Jordan for my own convenience. But basically, they adopted a puppy that had parvo. They didn't know it had parvo until after they adopted it. But they were obviously really sad. They were taking it to the vet. They didn't know if it was gonna die, or if it was still gonna live or anything. They were just really worried. And obviously that type of distress is going to be really extreme for their 8-year-old child. And it's really sad. I feel bad for them. It has to be tough. But yeah, they filmed a video regarding that topic. And the mother accidentally left a segment, I guess at the end of the video or something, of her trying to create a thumbnail for said video. Now, I don't really know what I would put in the thumbnail of a video like that, but what she did was absurd, for lack of a better word. Her son was already crying, and she was like pretending to cry, and she would like pose for the camera, and she would tell him to cry harder, to look more sad, and to like open his mouth like wider, and that he can't cover his mouth because the audience needs to see how sad he really is. And this kid, I think at least a couple of times, turns to his mom and he goes, I'm already crying. Like, I'm already crying. He was very logical throughout this entire thing. He kind of saw the BS that his mom was putting him through. And so when he said, I'm already crying, the mother literally goes, no, I know, but we need to do this for the video. Which is disgusting, to say the least. And she took down the video, I think around like 30 minutes after posting it, once people started calling her out for what she accidentally left in. We did get a really half-assed apology. She didn't defend herself. I don't think in a situation you can defend yourself when the proof is quite in the pudding. But that video was a great example of the emotional neglect that parents cast on their children in a family vlogging setting. It's really disgusting to know that kid is probably going to grow up knowing that he can't come to his mom when he needs her the most, emotionally. Whether it be about the puppy or whether it be down the line when he has like issues at school or something. He won't be able to come to her because her priorities are going to be places that they shouldn't be. Another good example, I forgot the channel name, I forgot the name of this woman, but she adopted a kid who had a mental disability, and she was really excited about adopting this kid. She obviously got her subscribers really excited about her adopting this kid, and everyone was really supportive to her, and she was able to gain a lot of brand deals from this kid alone, and she was really happy about it until she realized that his disabilities require attention, and it was attention that she was not ready to give because she was so excited to jump into this adoption for the profit that it was going to give her, that she didn't take the time to really know this kid and really know what he needed. And that's so disturbing and quite on the level of this other woman I talked about. And it's scary. It's scary to know that these types of parents are building a generation that is going to be so emotionally stunted in their growth. Like I said, they won't know who to go to for their problems, because what if their problems are going to be broadcasted to the public? Channels like Family Fizz, I used to watch that when I was really young. But looking back on it, it's disgusting. They purposely dress their daughter really provocatively, and she's not an adult, but they know what they're doing. It's a lot deeper than that, and I'm not going to get into it, but it's just gross. The fact that kids are being sexualized by their own parents for views to garner that attention is disgusting. And I don't like to throw the word abuse around, but I really feel like what these parents are doing in some way can fall under or at least near that category. It's scary. It's scary that these kids won't know who to go to for their problems, because their parents are so absorbed in social media and money. And also, like, that type of behavior can perhaps be reflected on kids themselves. They might start prioritizing their image on social media than they do in real life. Their self-perceptions can be skewed. It's a very big mess, and I don't think social media or YouTube alone should be something that a child gets into until they're grown enough to make the decision that they want to do it. If I could take my phone away from younger me, I would have, and not have those videos that I have on my channel today. I am going to keep them there because they're stupid, and I do like to look back at them, but it was also my own decision to post them. My parent wasn't forcing me, and at the time it was at least something I knew I enjoyed doing, and I think that's fine. But pushing a camera into your child's face, did not mean to make some beats there, is so gross, and it makes you wonder how much these parents really value their children. Like I said earlier, like, it's people like the Ace family. It's like, are you giving birth because you actually want a child and you want to take care of this human, and raise it like a real parent, or do you want more money? Because having a child will inevitably give them money, because that's what the people come to see, and we are going to be naive viewers. You know, we don't think this deep when we watch a video because we're not meant to. They're not going to say, let me exploit my children, and shove a camera in their face so you can feel entertained. They're not going to say that. It's just what they do, and we watch it. And we shouldn't. We shouldn't give these channels any attention. But it's hard not to when, you know, their videos are so popular and publicized and everything. I just think it's gross to have your child be in such a spotlight at such young ages too. I genuinely consider anything from being a baby to being a young adult, or a teenager, I guess. I view that to be a little like much. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to edit this. I don't want to take the time to edit it. I doubt that it's going to get any attention. I don't really care too much. It would be cool if it did, because this is definitely a word that needs to be spread around. YouTube's not going to give a shit about what I have to say, but I feel like if it's very collective and there are as many people as possible talking about it, we could potentially save a few kids from this type of treatment. It's not humane. I'm sorry, but it's not. I don't care how much you like spoil your kids or whatever. A camera does have the ability to ruin certain aspects of their life, and they don't need that. We don't need that in the next generation. And I mean, not only are you negatively influencing the kids that you're filming, you're gonna negatively influence the kids that are watching it, because they're gonna have certain expectations from their families probably, or about themselves. I don't know. There's a lot of horrible ways this could go downhill. not only for the kids being filmed, but for the kids watching, and that's scary. And that's what I mean when I say I don't want that generation to be ruined. I don't want this generation to be ruined all because some parents are money hungry and attention hungry and everything hungry. I don't want that to happen. That's pathetic. A stupid website should not be the cause of mental health decline in children. It's horrible. And these parents need to get their fucking faces smacked. It's disgusting. And I hope something is done about it. So yeah. Sorry for stuttering. I don't know. I'm gonna stop filming this so I can post it and get this off my shoulders. So yeah, thank you for watching this if you have. Nice.